Hello, I'm Steve Sanders.
And I'm Allison Payne. And we'd like to welcome you to the Museum of Broadcast Communications Telecenter and NBC News Center.
Now, before you begin your own newscast, let's take a behind-the-scenes look at WGN News and the production of our own 9 o'clock newscast. News coverage begins at the assignment desk, where assignment editors monitor police and fire radios, check out phone leads, and sift through endless streams of news releases.
Reporters and camera crews are assigned to cover a variety of news and feature stories. Some of the coverage is predictable, such as news conferences and appearances by public officials. Other stories are far less predictable: tornadoes, fires, crimes, breaking news.
The reporter and camera crew gather all the video and audio needed to tell the story. If the event warrants live coverage, a news van with microwave gear is dispatched to feed pictures and sound directly from the scene. Throughout the day, national and international stories also come to WGN via satellite feeds, including several from cable news network.
The pace quickens in the news department as the day goes on. The producer of the newscast meets with anchors, news managers, assignment editors, and writers to help determine the program's rundown. The rundown is the batting order for the stories in the newscast. Tape editors begin editing stories scheduled for the 9 o'clock news.
Writers script a copy for those stories, and they also work with reporters who are bringing in stories from the field. Anchors are busy writing stories they cover, working on news breaks that air throughout the day, and reviewing scripts as airtime draws near. A graphic artist works with an electronic palette to compose computer graphics. These enhance the presentation of many news stories.
In the weather office, Tom Skilling is busy reviewing computer data, checking satellite photos, creating weather graphics, and fine-tuning his nightly predictions. And our sports department carefully monitors the big games to get highlights for the newscast.
And finally, it's airtime. There are a lot of people behind the scenes at WGN who get the newscast on the air. And it's the same here at the NBC News Center. In the control room, the director and the technical staff switch between the various video and audio sources, both live and on tape. They add graphics and insert commercials at the scheduled times. The producer keeps a careful eye on the program's content and flow. A tape playback engineer uses 4 playback machines to air 40 or more tapes during a typical 1-hour newscast.
In the studio, camera operators frame shots. A floor director cues the talent, and a stagehand keeps the teleprompter in sync with the reading pace of the anchors. It's been a busy day, and scores of people, assignment editors, reporters, producers, writers, and technicians have rallied to bring an hour of news, weather, and sports into your home.
The NBC News Center is your chance to see what it's like to put a finished newscast on the air.
So adjust your NBC News blazer, make sure your microphone is on, and rehearse your script one last time.
And wait for your cue. Your NBC newscast is about to begin.
For WGN News and the Museum of Broadcast Communications, I'm Allison Payne.
And I'm Steve Sanders. Enjoy your visit to the museum and the NBC News Center experience. Live from the Museum of Broadcast Communications Kraft Telecenter, Chicago's newest news team brings you the latest NBC News.
Is you, Dominique? Oh. Good afternoon from the NBC News Center. Jazz. Thank you for joining us. Today our top story is about the Sears Tower. As you know, the Sears Tower is right here in Chicago, and it is a very popular site for people to visit. You can look down on the sights of Chicago from the Sears Tower sky deck. For years, the Sears Tower has been the world's tallest building, but the title of world's tallest building may not be true for much longer. There are plans for a new taller building to be built in Chicago. Some sometime soon. The Sears Tower is about 1,700 feet tall. That is 246 feet taller than the Empire State Building in New York. Have you ever wondered what happened to all the stuff you threw away? Well, most of it goes to the city garbage dump, but some of it goes to the recycling center and gets recycled. Paper, plastic, glass, tin cans, and pop cans are examples of items that can all be recycled. By recycling all these products, you will be helping save the environment at the recycling center. These items are broken down, cleaned, and they are turned back into the new products. Help save the environment by recycling your used paper, plastic, glass, and cans today. Well, kids, it's that time of the year again. Time for new toys. The toy manufacturers have come out with several new toys, several new items lately. Let's look at one of them. We all remember the Beanie Babies that were so popular a few years ago. Well, this year Pokemon is the hot item. For trading cards, the stuffed animals to a new movie. There are tons of toys with Pokemon on them. Burger King even gave away Pokemon toys with their kids' meals. These toys are going fast, so get yours today. Does life on another planet exist? Will people ever be able to live on Mars or the moon? These questions have been asked time and time again. And for years, most people thought that the answer were no. Now scientists are not so sure. Recent discoveries suggest that there may have been water on the moon and water and life forms on Mars at one time. If this information is true, then the next question scientists have to answer are what happens to those life forms, and can life exist on Mars again? Who knows, maybe someday soon people will be living in outer space. Let's find out if the great weather is going to last. Here is a look at the weather with Tom Skilsley.
Greetings from the NBC Weather Center. We have some good news. The dry weather is ending here in the area. Weather Flight shows us the area of cloudiness that brought us the rain overnight. Now a second batch is on the way, and we need it. We haven't had much of that recently. The big rains focus in this region southeast of us today, but a lot of wind will accompany the new precipitation. High pressure and low pressure keep the winds blowing strongly. That's the weather for now. Back now to the area's newest and most popular anchor team.
Now let's take a look at what is going on in the wide world of sports. It was an interesting day for baseball fans in Chicago today as the White Sox hosted the Cubs for the first game of their 3-game series. The ballpark was sold out with fans from both teams looking for a good game, and the players did not disappoint them. In the bottom of the 5th inning, the White Sox baseman Frank Thomas hit a solo home run to give the Sox a 4-1 lead. The Sox still had the lead going into the 9th inning, but Sammy Sosa hit a 2-run home run to tie the score at 5 of the game. Win another 5 innings before the Sox were able to take the lead and win in the bottom of the 14th. The final score was 6-5. Whatever happened to Michael Jordan? We all remember the first time that he returned from basketball. Turn up on one of the White Sox farm teams playing outfield. He was not a good baseball player, so he went back to basketball. Then came the day he returned again, this time for good. Well, he is back, so to speak. MJ has returned to game he loves so much, but not as a player. Now he is one of the owners of the Washington Wizards. They are not the best team in basketball, but that's all right with Michael. When he is not at the office, MJ likes to spend time playing with his kids or golfing. In music news today, the big story is about the releases of new CDs from NSYNC and Britney Spears. No strings attached. The new CD from NSYNC has the hit song Bye 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 on it, and the title track of Britney Spears' new CD, Oops, I Did It Again, has been racing up to the top 100 chart. The last few weeks, both NSYNC and Britney are out of tours right now. Advertising their new records to the Backstreet Boys have some catching up to do if they want to sell the most records this year. Look for these new CDs in stores now and watch for the tours to come to your town soon. Finally, today we have a review of the archives at the Museum of Broadcast Communications. The archives at the museum has a wide range of radio and TV shows available for viewing. There are companies, dramas, mysteries, kids shows, and new broadcasts. The archives is locked on the second floor of the museum and is open to the center public, to the general public. Stop in today and take a trip back in time while listening to a favorite radio or TV show. That's all the news at this hour. Stay tuned for coverage of all the day's events. Thank you for watching the NBC News Center and have a great afternoon.